Good morning. Today we will see the care of newborn on ventilator. The care of newborn can be divided into group approach, bundle care, airways, breathing, circulation, radiological assessment, ET tube care, oral care, eye care, skin care, biochemical monitoring, bed sore, and nutrition. Care of ventilators, the first one is team approach include a physician, nursing staff, physiotherapist, respiratory physiotherapist available in some selected tertiary care centers. Concept of bundle. A bundle is a structured way of improving process of care and the patient outcome. A small, straightforward set of evidence-based practices, generally 3 to 5, that perform collectively and reliably have been proven to improve patients' outcome. Bundle were further described by Barinhaus and the colleagues as a means of assessing quality of care. It have two main strands: intervention themselves and the process of care and of delivery. Why bundle is so special? Because it is science based. They are all well established best practices, but they are often not performed uniformly, making treatment unreliable. A bundle ties the changes together into a package of interventions that the people know must be followed every patient every single time. A bundle can be used to ensure delivery of minimum standard care, used as a audit tool to assess the delivery of interventions. Most utilized bundle is sepsis care bundle worldwide. So the bundle care work direct benefit to the patient, shorter intensive care unit stay, reduce financial cost and improve resource utilization and therefore benefit to other patients outside the scope of care of bundle. Type of bundle is VAP bundle, sepsis care bundle, central line care bundle. The VAP bundle includes elevation of the head of the bed, sedation level assessment, oral hygiene, subglottic aspiration, tracheal tube cuff pressure, stress ulcer prophylaxis. To be completed within 3 hours of presentation, that means measures of lactate level, obtain blood culture prior to administration of antibiotics, administer broad spectrum antibiotics and administer 30 ml per kg crystalloid for hypertension or lactate. And also to be completed within 6 hours include apply vasopressor for hypertension that does not respond to initial fluid resuscitation. The event of persistent hypertension after initial fluid administration or if initial lactate was more than 4 millimole per liter, remeasure the lactate if initial lactate is elevated. Central line care bundle include the central line care maintained are first check the clinical indication why CVC in situ is still required. If CVC tracing intact and changed within the last 7 days. Have the CVC hub decontamination have been performed before each hub access? Has the hand hygiene have been performed before and after all CVC maintenance? Has chlorhexidine gluconate 2% in alcohol have been used for cleaning the insertion site during the dressing change? Physiotherapy include mobilize the secretions, prevent pneumonia and reduce hospital stay. Mainly it is beneficial in this 45-degree contraindicated in case of shock. It is mainly beneficial in a child who is obese, abdominal ascites or taking feed to prevent aspiration. Therapies increase drainage of secretions, improve ventilation perfusion matching, decrease work of breathing, increase functional residual capacity. And in prone position, increase oxygenation in early stage of RDS, increase weight by volume matching, enabling the drainage of secretions, improve lymphatic drainage. Percussing and vibration will lead to manually by clamping the chest wall using club hand, mobilize the secretions and it can be suction easily. Manual hyperinflation perform before and before suctioning, prevent hypoxia, recruitment atelectasis segment, mobilize the secretions. Continuous rotational therapy in specialized beds are used and the patient are not available. This is not available in India. Fiber optic bronchoscopy consider lobar atelectasis in patient not responding to vigorous physiotherapy. Complications include increased incidence of hemodynamics disturbance, higher the incidence of gastroesophageal reflux, increased risk of aspiration, risk of fracture in neonate and children. Humidification. Normally under airway of Upper airway of a person B heats and humidifies the atmosphere air to the body temperature and 100% relative humidity. Upper airway is bypassed in intubated patients, so humidification is required. Decreased humidification will lead to mucosal damage, tubular occlusion, atelectasis, decreased functional residual capacity, and hypoxia. Overhydration or will lead to means decreased nasociliary clearance, hyperhydration, and loss of surfactant. Humidification can be obtained by heated water humidifiers, heated wire circuit, heat and moisture exchange. Airways can be tracheal tube obstructed or displaced if there is any peritubal leak, length of the tube introduced if it is fixed properly, if the nasogastric tube is in situ. Breathing. Check for the spontaneous respiration. Check whether the newborn is breathing in synchrony with the ventilator. If there is a nasal flare or accessory muscle use, identify the cause of respiratory distress, like airway problem, improper ventilation ventilator setting, patient ventilator dysynchrony. Circulation. Assess the heart rate, peripheral perfusion, means blood pressure, SpO2 and ARDS. The aim is to maintain between 88 to 92. Radiological assessment done after incubation, after deterioration of the patient, after extubation. Very small infant, a daily chest X-ray is required to verify ET2 position, that the tip of tracheal tube between T2 and T4. Check for gastric tube or central line if inserted. Look overall lung volume. Lung overinflation is identified by wide intercostal space and flat diaphragms. Check whether there is improvement or deterioration of primary pathology. Look for atelectasis, pneumonia, pulmonary edema, congestion. Cardiac size. Check for presence of air leaks. Endotracheal suction to maintain the gas exchange, to obtain tracheal aspirate specimens, to prevent effect of retained secretions. Suction carried out in 3 positions of the head. To choose appropriate size catheter, pre-oxygenate the patient, instill 0.5 to 1 ml of normal saline into the trachea. Suction up to the tip of ET tube. Don't apply negative pressure. Apply intermittent suction while slowly withdrawing the catheter in rotating manner. Duration of intermittent suction is not more than 5 seconds. Reoxygenate the pavement by manual resuscitation bag for minimum 3 to 5 breaths at the age appropriate until saturation returns to baseline. Suction pressure, it is 60 to 80 in infants and neonates. Then mucolitis, oral care, toothbrushing cannot be done in a neonate, so we have to clean the oral cavity of a neonate. The ventilator patients is often sedated and increased risk of muscle relax. So the eye care include exposure to keratitis, corneal ulceration, infection, trachemia, means passive closure of eyelids, use of lubricants. Skin of a term baby is well developed. Epidermis, stratum corneum similar to adult, but in preterm baby it has fewer layers, so it leads to the permeability and increased risk of toxic substance applied to the skin, evaporate the heat loss. Moisturizers can be used, skin disinfectants. Povidone iodine provide better 70% of isopropyl alcohol in pediatric patients. Biochemical monitoring include blood gases, ABG check 20 to 30 minutes after initial setting, then after or twice per day or as per need. Oral other lab monitoring includes serum electrolytes, RFT, LFT. And monitor hemoglobin and means PCV once every day. Septic shock target is 10 gram percentage. And bacteriological monitoring are warranted only when sudden change in quality and quantity of tracheal tube. Blood culture indicated before changing antibiotics, appropriate culture should be sent. Then in some common condition, asthma, bronchitis, cardiovascular failure, neuromuscular diseases, pulmonary diseases. If cuff of ET is used, cuff means normally in neonates we are used non-cuff ET tube. So, and confirmation of all present alarms for gas supply, airway pressure, apnea, impaired oxygen concentration. No change in ventilator setting should be done without recording the reason and jet change. Filling up of humidifier with sterile water daily, checking humidifier traps, condensation and temperature, wash compressor filter daily to acids indicator, change of ventilator tubing periodically, provision of adequate calories with nasogastric tube. In few patients, enteral feeding is not possible. and one of the other means bed sore or decubitus ulcer. It is a localized injury to the skin or underlying tissues. Most common site are the skin overlying sacrum, coccyx, heel, or the tips. Then it may be because of lying or means lying in the same position for a long period of time, period poor blood circulation, poor nutrition, and constant pressure over a particular area. Changing the position, period of stretching and moving, support surface by using anti-decubitus masters, adequate intake of protein. So treatment include pressure redistributing support surface, nutrition support, reposition, and wound care. So enteral feed is preferred. So this is about the ventilator care. Thank you.